What's up guys? So as we all know, the modular terrain galleries are now in creative. I told myself I wouldn't make too many videos about it, but they are so much fun to use. And that's when I thought of doing a 1 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute build challenge using the new terrain. I did a video like this before, so it's about time we gave it another shot. If you want to support me further, my code is NovaJay. And shout out as always to the YouTube members. On with the video. I have 1 minute to make a build using only these pieces. Then 10 minutes, and then 30 minutes, and after we're finished we will take a look at the 3 builds. I also want to use a different head from this gallery for each build, and if I have spare time then I'll add nature and more decoration to the build. For the 1 minute build, I decided to make a small mountain range with the Jonesy heads, similar to Mount Rushmore. I changed each head's position, and added ledges to build the terrain up to the mountain. 1 minute really isn't much time, so I couldn't add any decoration or nature to the build, but had enough time to build out my idea. And that's time up. It's fairly detailed for being a 1 minute build and I'm happy with how it's turned out. I thought the Mount Rushmore styled mountain was a pretty cool idea to attempt, and I'm glad I was able to get it done in such a short amount of time. Let's begin the 10 minute build. For this one, I had decided on using the skull heads, and made a pile of them. I wanted more mystery in this build, so having strange piles of skulls would do the job perfectly. I built up terrain behind the skulls, and eventually wanted to add a mountain into it. 10 minutes means you can work a lot slower than in the 1 minute build, so I was able to add more rocky detail to the terrain itself. And here is the 10 minute build. It's a lot more advanced than the previous one, and I was even able to add nature over it. It's crazy how much of a difference there is between 1 minute and 10 minutes, and overall I'm pretty happy with this build. I like the skull theming of the mountain, and I can picture seeing this in some sort of game. With the 1 minute and 10 minute builds complete, let's start the 30 minute build. I had to use the dragon head for this one, and had a huge plan in my head. I honestly didn't think I would be able to completely make this in the limited time, but I gave it a shot. I started off with a mountain in the middle, with the terrain paths branching off into what would be the sea. I had to cut out a lot of footage for this build, so I'll make sure to showcase it all after it's finished. I started to make the paths and mountain a lot more rocky, and added the dragon head to the top of the mountain with its jaw piece. Instead of showing 5 minutes of build process, why don't we just take a look at the final product? And here it is. It's a huge dragon head mountain, with multiple paths branching out from it and into a bay. I'm super proud of the rocky detail going up the terrain edges and onto the shore, but I wish I had more time to place the nature, as I had to rush to get it all done. We have these pillars on 2 of the paths, each with smaller dragon heads on. I'm not sure what they mean, but it added to the mystical dragon theming of the build. We also have the main dragon mountain. At the lower parts of the build are these birch trees. I just thought it was a nice addition to the build. And the rest is covered in these pine trees. Now one issue I have with this is that I wish you could notice the paths more clearly. There are 4 of them, 2 on each side, but they just blend in with the rest of the background and really takes away from what I was going for. But for building this in only 30 minutes, I'm proud of how it looks. These new modular terrain pieces are so much fun to build with, and are super accessible for all skill levels. I hope you enjoyed watching me attempt this challenge, and maybe these simple builds will go on to inspire some of you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Ow.